Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So, I was so surprised the other day when I got two packages in my Happy Mail. And usually I share my Happy Mail for one time at the end of the month, you know, when I show you everything all together, but I can't help it. I opened it, I want to play with it, and so I'm going to show you some Happy Mail that I got. I'm going to show you this new kit that I'm working with. We're going to make two really beautiful, very different Shabby Chic cards. So if that sounds like fun to you, then I hope you'll stick around because that's what we're up to today. I'm looking for my video. Let's see. Where is it? Let me go over here. Okay. Let me try to wake everything up again. There it is. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Sala. I'm getting a little closer to my normal schedule, but I'm still a little off from my 5 a.m. schedule. So I'll show you this kit in a minute. This is what we're playing with today, but we're also going to play with some of the goodies on my desk. So yes, these are things that came in the mail. Hi, Miss Gloria. Hi, Lee. Good morning. So this came from Desiree, and I was not expecting this at all, but it's all embossing folders, which some of you may know my story, some of you may not, but when I first got into card making, I wanted a die cutting machine because I wanted to emboss paper. When I found out you can emboss paper, that dry emboss with folders, that was like all I wanted to do for like the first year that I was a card maker. And she sent me all of these folders, which is just so amazing. A lot of them are from Spellbinders. Spellbinders has a embossing folder of the month. They have a 3D and they have a regular embossing folder. There's two options, but I love the size of these. So many times I've been tempted to subscribe and I just haven't yet. I don't know how. I just don't know. Like, thank you, Desiree. Like, I don't feel worthy, but thank you very much. I love these. So some of these are 3D. I guess most of these are actually the 3D. This size is so great for 5x7 cards, for junk journals. But you could also use these, which these are from different companies. So these are Simon Says Stamp, Memory Box, Doris, Tim Holtz. I don't know how you parted with this, Desiree. With all of this, the twirling is really cool. That reminds me of like peppermints. It's hard for y'all to see, isn't it? Okay, we'll move on. Just Crystal Distortion, which I love this Altenew squares. So cool. We will play with a little bit of these. This is the Cupped Blossoms and the Mega Succulent. Ooh, yeah. Love all of these. I would show them all to you, but you know what? I think it's hard for y'all to see them. Oh, I guess you can see them okay. I'm looking at my screen. It's not as bad as I thought it was. I didn't want to just show you things you can't see. But we'll play and we'll emboss some of these today. Okay, I want to use some of these on the cards, the Shabby Chic cards I'm gonna make. So Desiree, thank you 1,000 times. Yes, I'm set for a very long time on embossing folders now. And then I got another package from my friend Christina. Now she's the one, y'all might know Christina because her little daughter Grace is the one that loves collage. She's like 5 or 6 years old. Here, I have her collage in my room on my wall. Let me grab it. It's a treasure, of course. So Grace likes to watch my collage videos in particular. Look, she wrote my name on it. And she collaged like these clusters, and she made me this picture. This is how it hangs on my wall so that the thanks is upright. But Grace inspires me to collage because I know someone out there is watching and loves collage, and her name's Grace. So, we send Happy Mail back and forth to each other. And she sent me this package, which has these really beautiful, authentic papers and a beautiful card that is in this envelope. Let's look at that first. Oh, well, you guys are a blessing too, Christina. Oh my goodness, look at all of this. Oh, this is the month of Sacred Heart? How cool. Oh my gosh, Christina, this is so touching. How sweet. Thank you. Oh, that is so sweet. What a touching letter. These are mini craft sacks. Ooh, I love this music paper clip. Oh, I love that. Aw, sending smiles. Oh, these are cute. She decorated them with stickers. She did a whole bunch of them for journals and Happy Mail. And they're great gift card holders. How neat. And I love this. The Sacred Heart. Oh, this is so cool. Look, great, Christina and Grace, if she's watching. Where is it? Well, I know it's in here somewhere, but I keep little mementos at my desk. So this will go with those. How sweet. Thank you. And then I'm going to read this later. Don't want to risk getting all teary-eyed or anything, so I haven't read it, but I will read that later. Miss Jackie, Miss Heidi, hello. Hey, Rebecca. How's everybody doing? Okay, let's open this. Dun, 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 dun. This is so cool. Christina sent me some angel stamped paper. And no, I haven't used it. Yes, I've hoarded it. But this is so cool. And you know what I love? Is it's like an artist. This one's painting that heart. You see her paintbrush? Oh, how sweet. How sweet. I love two cherubs. Anytime I see like two cherubs, goes back to this whole long story I'm not going to tell. I've told it here before, but now it's not the time. But it's very symbolic for me. This is a gorgeous paper pad. I think I can use it in my cards today. So we'll just try to use, oh my gosh. This is so cool. I love these. These will go well in my card today. So this one's called something. I'm sure it has a name. Flawless. Love it. You had me at flowers. I love graphic, designs as well. So cool. And then this one's Dame. Ooh, this one would go well too. Awesome. Thank you. What a sweet, sweet gift. Oh, so sweet. You guys do not have to do that. If you saw my craft room, you'd be like, that girl doesn't need anything else. And you'd be right. Okay, let me grab, I've already misplaced it. There it is. The kit that I'm working with today. Now, I didn't print these first two pages correctly, which is a real total bummer, but whatever. I'm going to bring it up close so you can see it. I just didn't print it on the highest setting. I think it's printed on draft setting, so you'll see the difference. Let me show you. You definitely want to print it like it's going to be on photo paper versus a draft. I don't know how it got stuck on there. Well, then I realized Sparkle Heart had been in here printing stuff yesterday and I didn't know it. So I think she kind of had it on draft printing, and that's fine. These were the first 2 sheets I printed. But what this is a kit from Sweet Pea Curiosities, and it's just shabby gorgeousness. We're gonna make 2 5x7, probably 5x7 cards with it. We're gonna use the embossing folders. We're gonna use the ephemera. Now this is a junk journal kit, but I'm just kind of turning it, and I'm gonna use it for card making. And so this is just a small, tiny bit of the collection. These background pages or journal pages. So pretty. I love Marisa's. I just love everything she makes, y'all. I just love her aesthetic, her eye color, the texture, you know, that she adds to her prints, just everything. That's why I'm always using it. That's why I'm always using it. So let's get to crack-a-lack in here because there's some cutting to do. Let's see. So these were going to be the front, I think, of my cards. I like that the way that it's designed, which, by the way, I put 2 copies to a page to get these side by side and in this size together. These are actually formatted, if you were to get the kit, to be a full page. Like this is 1 full page. And then the swan, this section right here is 1 full big page, but I just formatted when I was printing to print 2 copies to 1 page. And that's how I shrink them down. And when I do that, when you have a junk journal kit, any junk journal kit that has these 8.5 by 11 sheets of like one design that are designed to be your pages of your junk journal, if you print 2 copies to a page, you can get them down to this size, which is perfect for 5x7 cards. So if I bring my ruler out here, now of course this is going to be 5.5 each. So you are going to lose a little bit because it's 11. You are going to lose a little bit, but it is perfect because right here at 5.5, obviously the design starts over. So, you know, this is 1 full design, this is 1 full design, but a 5x7 card is 5 inches, right? So what I'll do is I'll trim off like probably a 1/4 inch here and a 1/4 inch here. And then if we turn it this way, they print to just over 7 when I do it like this, see that? So these really are perfect. It's a great way to get 2 5x7 cards from 1 printable, 1 sheet of paper. I love this one with a swan and the boat. It's like a soft summer to me. And then I've got different ephemera. So I was thinking these little girls, since I have 2 of these, I either want to use these smaller ones, and this is printed normal, 100%, the way the file comes. But I was thinking either these smaller ones on the front or these bigger ones could work. And I could put 1 in this center area, and we'll do some embossing too. So let's, and then these are going to be pockets for the inside of the card. Oh my gosh, these cards are going to be so much fun and so pretty. Let's get to cutting. And I'm going to try to keep up with y'all today. I need to put my running shoes on and try to keep up with you guys today. Let's go. I know I can keep up with you while I cut. Surely I can do that. So I'm coming back into the chat right now. You love that paper, Heidi? Me too. I should have looked up what it was called. My bad. When I get the files, they're not, I don't really know what they're called. I don't really pay too close of attention, to be honest. I just pick images that I like or kits that I like. So let's do a little trimmy trim here. I want to make sure I don't want to lose that swan's face, obviously. I don't want to cut off that much. So 1/4 inch from this side, and I still get to keep the swan's face. And then 1/4 inch from this side is much less impactful because it's just flowers and this little scene right here. So we really didn't lose anything there. And then 7 inches, it is just a 1/4 inch longer. Let's cut off from the bottom. Again, it's just the part of the print that won't really matter. Like nobody's gonna miss that. But we would have thrown off the whole arrangement of the swan. So now I have a 5x7 print. I've only cut off the tiniest bit, which you could keep these, you guys, as like thin washi tape, faux washi tape. 100%. I think I'm just gonna take a whole 1/2 inch off this side this time. It'll be fine. And then I'm going to trim this down to 7, so a 1/4 inch off the bottom. And that way my swan, I think, is even in a more ideal position. It throws off where the center of the card is, but I don't care. That really doesn't bother me. We're making shabby chic cards. So there's that. It is fun to get gifts. And it's fun to send them, and that's what I really need to do. I think I'll feel better about it when I send some out. I did send one out a couple of weeks ago, and I need to send out more. Gave one last weekend, the journal to my friend Debbie, so I'm not a complete, you know, not completely off there, but I need to get better. I don't know. I guess in my head, getting Happy Mail together has become a struggle. So I'm just cutting a 1/4 of an inch off of each side there. Now I need to cut this down. So this is at 7 now. I went ahead and did both cards at one time. Okay, and now I'm going to do these sides. I'm going to have to lose more on this side because that little baby's face, we can't be losing that. So this is, I can't even think about it. I just have to cut that part off there. These, yeah, you guys, you can keep these, maybe keep them in like a little container or pouch and treat them like washi tape. You know, like how you might use washi tape on your stuff. You can use them on the insides of your cards. You can use them for whatever. I knew I was going to have enough for 4 cards, but I don't think we're going to make 4 cards today. But we do have enough to make 4 cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and trim down some of our other pages here. These are going to be the insides. Those are all going to have to be fussy cut. These, though, are going to be my inside patterned paper. So I need to trim this down to 7. And I'm going to trim this down to 5. I'm going to go a little bit smaller, like just a hair, not like even a 1/4 or an 1/8 or anything, just the tiniest bit, so that won't interfere with the crease and the fold of the card. Okay, so we've got some lovely scraps from that. Okay, so these are going to be the inside of the card, like so. So I got enough for 1 there. Here's the other one. Hello, Ilana. Okay, I am turning this. Again, just following the design of the paper. I want more of these flowers, and this didn't have as much design at the top of the paper, so that's kind of how I decide which way I'm going to turn it. And now we're going to do the same for this. You could cut it to 7 by 10 and fold it in half, and honestly probably make this your card base. By the time I add all the other collaging, this thinner paper would probably be okay, but I'm going to attach mine to a card base. Okay, so that's that. Let's cut some of these. I think I can cut some of these on the trimmer, which just makes it faster when we're hanging out here and alive together. These are lined up. Thank you, Marisa, for doing that. Love it when things are lined up so that you can cut ephemera with your paper trimmer like this. Very nice. How you doing, Karen? Whoops, that's okay. We don't mind that that's kind of ripped. I was probably gonna rip it anyways with my scissors. So there's those two sweeties. Hey, Mercy. bittypenny@gmail.com. I tried to make it all easy. I'm Bitty Penny everywhere. How you doing? You're welcome. You're most welcome. You guys, I got some files the other day from Tsunami Rose, from Daisy. Daisy's the owner. I love the name Daisy. And yeah, she sent me some files and was like, hey, want to play with these? Sure. So I was looking at those this morning, getting them downloaded and prepared. I'm trying to decide which ones to play with first. If y'all are ever looking for like faith printables, she's the one to go to. Like prayer journals and stuff. She has so many options. And what I like is that if you find a design you like and you don't want it in a prayer journal, she sells it. Now I know we could have folded that in half and the front and back would have already been decorated, and that would be really cool. But I have 2 cards I'm making, and I thought these could be like bookmarks. So I'm gonna back these and put them in the cards as if they're like bookmarks. So I had a plan for those. But yeah, like if you find a design you like she has some gorgeous sunflower kits. Some are for prayer journaling and one is not. So she does like faith and not for every design, which I think is really cool that she gives people options for what they want. So yeah, I'm gonna get some lace out to play with this as well. We're gonna add lace to these. There we go. So what are y'all doing today? Do y'all have plans? Ooh, don't throw away a stamp. Look, the stamp almost got thrown out with the dishwater. That would have been bad. I would have missed it. Let me put it back where it goes. Find where that goes. Sure, it's over here somewhere. Well, where did that little stack of, I don't know. I'm going to put it in a safe place for now. Oh, there's the plastic. I don't know where the stamp set went. Oh, I think it's over here. Ah, I'll clean it up later. Okay, we've got cutting to do. Now we need to cut these. I haven't decided if I'm going to put pockets on both sides of the card or just one, but I'm kind of thinking both. And now I'm also kind of thinking we might add just a couple of little journaling pages into this card, into these cards. Why not? There's no rules, and if there were rules, we would just break them. So we can do that if we want. Look, these are perfect. I didn't resize these at all. You know, I can obviously trim off the little bit from the top, line it up better on the side. There we go, and just pretty much perfect. Trim off the tiniest bit down here, and it just fits perfectly on our 5x7 to make a little pocket inside the card. Isn't that awesome? Love it. Yeah, we'll just make these almost like 5x7 journals. Totally do that. This would be a great craft fair idea too. And then look at this. This is so pretty. We're almost already done fussy cutting, y'all. Not that bad, is it? There we go. Just do a little bit on those. Okay. My hubby blowing me kisses. And it's only 6:45 in the morning. He's so sweet. Okay. Okay, I love these right here. This one. I almost printed this one twice, but I wanted you guys to be able to see more of the variety since I don't print entire kits. I'm sure, oh, and by the way, this is, if I'm not mistaken, and don't be upset with me if I am mistaken, but I think this is a tall journal kit. Marisa, who's the designer at Sweet Pea Curiosities, is starting to make more tall kits, which I am crazy excited about personally. And I want to say that this is one of her tall document style. If you're not following, because maybe you're new to this, let me grab one. So this is more of a standard size, and this is the document, the tall. When I say a tall document style, this is what I mean. Okay. So yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's what this one is a tall document style. And they are so much fun to make, and I think they're a lot of fun to journal in. I have been journaling in one for like the last year or so. Look at these butterflies. Oh my gosh. I love that. We could have used these butterflies in the cards we made the other day. The mixed media cards that we made. Could have totally done that. Okay, get all the scraps put away. Let's see. Wow, guys, we just did it. Like, that's it. That's all she wrote for all the cut apart. See, that doesn't take that long. Don't worry about fussy cutting. Don't let it be a bee in your bonnet. It's really not that bad. Okay, I need to emboss. So in order to do that, I've got to clear off my die cutting machine. I'm sure we're gonna probably need some of this today. So let me go ahead and get this out. Because why not? Okay. It's clear. It wasn't that bad. Okay, and I have to switch out my plates. Just let me get all prepared here for some embossing. I'll bring my die cutting machine over here. Y'all can watch me emboss. Just get it switched out and brought over. She's an oldie but goodie. I always go back to it. I have two other embossing machines. I have a Gemini Junior and I have a Spellbinders Platinum. And I like this one better. So, there you have it. Let's see. This was my first big purchase that I got for a Christmas gift from Dr. Shrub when I started as a card maker so that I could emboss paper. I didn't know what I was doing. This is actually made, this is a Tim Holtz one that was made for embossing metal. Like if you made metal jewelry and things. That's what that was really made for. But I was none the wiser. So I do have to shim it quite a bit to make it work for me. There was one more in here. That was all. There it is. That one. Yes, that one. Okay. I think that's enough. Now, let me grab some paper. Ooh, this is cool paper. I don't know. This is like a, I see it's a Nina, but it's like a parchment, like what you print diplomas on. I didn't even know I had it. So that's pretty good surprise. Let's see. Looks like this thing is basically 8.5 by 11 folded in half. This isn't like an A9 embossing folder. Holy cow. I am going to be making some A9 cards, y'all. Not today. Not today, but I am going to get a little, now I really want to subscribe to this. These are A9. How cool is that? Okay, gotta shim it. Okay, let me see if I grab my other base, if that works. This is the only thing about this embossing, or this die cutting machine, is that I always have to figure out what the formula needs to be. So let me grab this other base. And the difference is that this base still has these things attached, and the other one I ripped them off. So that's too thick. Bye, love you. You too. Okay. Let's see if this works. This is seriously what I go through. Every time I want to emboss. Okay, and now that's not enough pressure. Can you tell why I haven't embossed in a long time? So now I need another shim. So now I'm just going to grab a random piece of cardboard. This should do it. I think this is going to do it, y'all. This is going to do it. Perfect. Okay. Hey, Rhonda Lane. How you doing? Oh, thanks, Sala. You found them? I don't even know where they are. I mean, I'm sure I bought them on Amazon. Those papers, how much are they? I'm sure I didn't pay a ton for them, but look, so I took this 8.5, sorry, it's not ideal here, okay? I took an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I folded in half on the 11-inch side to 5.5 by 8.5. I knew that this design, this particular folder, they split it and did two different designs. And when I saw that, I thought junk journal. And so I went ahead, because this is a thin paper, I embossed both at one time. And now I'm just going to bring in my handy scissors, and I'm going to trim this slightly crooked, because those are expectations I can fulfill. So I'm going to trim this like so, and because we're making two cards, now I'm going to fold this over in half like that. This is like an A2 card, but we're going to put this in one of the pockets of our 5x7 card. Isn't that cool? And now we have two. We have one for each card. Oh gosh. Yay! Oh my gosh, Desiree. Holy cow. I am one happy girl. Okay, let's do it again. Now, this is so awesome. You can probably still find this if you wanted it. You know, you can sometimes still get the stuff that they sell in kits. So this is from December of 2023. You may still be able to find that over at Spellbinders. But yeah, so I'm going to take this 8.5 by 11. I'm going to fold it in half. Oh, holy cow. How did I not know that these are 5.5 by 8.5? Oh my gosh. I am so excited. Because watch this, you guys. Oh my gosh. I feel like a maniacal laugh is coming on because of all the ideas that I have for these folders. Desiree knew what she was doing sending these to me. Thank you, Desiree! Now, I'm not going to be as organized as her, obviously, already, because she had all these nice little labels. She labels hers so smart. I don't, so I never know what the embossing folder is called. But just roll this through. So basically, guys, once I figure out what my sandwich on my embossing folder thing needs to be, I just do a ton of embossing at one time. But look at this. You could put this in a junk journal just like it is, you know, because it's 8.5 by 11. You could do it this way too. Like if you're doing a tall document style, you know, you could have folded it that way. But yeah, this can just be a page in your journal. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. But we're going to use it in our 5x7 cards today. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And I'm going to show you, now normally, I've never had embossing folders this size. But normally what I do is a partial, I'll show you, with a smaller embossing folder like this. I'll take my paper, if it's for a junk journal, I'll fold it in half, just like we've been doing here. I'll put it inside and just do like an edge, you know, just a little bit of it. But with the 6, like, I can't fit this in here. What I need is my big platinum, but I can't ever get my platinum to be my friend. So I'm going to put it over like this just so I can fit it through here. Now we'll do this one. Okay. Not enough pressure. Great. Awesome. So cool. This is, you guys, I am going to eventually buy a new embossing, a new die cutting machine. I'm going to get the Bira Craft one, B-I-R-A, on Amazon. It's the company that makes the Gina K one. They manufacture and make hers. Hers is just like a different color. It's not, They're not, you know, sometimes we do have to worry about knockoffs and people stealing, but I've done my research. They were actually making that before she was. I think she liked what they were working with. And I'm just speculating. I don't know this for sure. But what I do know is that they were making that die cutting machine first. And so I don't feel bad buying it from them and saving 50 bucks. Just honest truth, y'all. And my understanding is that they manufacture hers for her. So I've kind of done my research and decided that that's the one I'm going to get. But what I like about it is I won't have to do all this shim business. I'll be able to adjust with a dial the die cutting machine. Look at this one. I loved this one so much. It's so cool. It has all these different patterns. It's like patchwork. Oh, it is so cool. What a cool embossing folder. Love that. So I think we have enough embossed paper now, but I really wanted to play with these. I'm going to put this off to the side, back where it goes. That one is called, what is that one called? That one's from January 2024. I see the label on it. I don't see where the label. I see the month, but I don't see the label. There, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm so glad that that bird singing means it's 7 o'clock and not 8 o'clock my time. We stayed up late last night. Well, okay, late for me, normal for everyone else. But stayed up late watching Peanut Butter Falcon. We did family movie night last night. Popcorn, watermelon, and a movie. And my hubby made homemade pizza too. He made everything. I didn't have to cook last night. That was awesome. And yeah, we watched Peanut Butter Falcon. It was a delightful movie. Really loved it. Such a good story. And we were watching it, and I was like, why don't we have more representation in film? Like, you know, people, like, why don't we normalize people who have one arm instead of two, or prosthetic legs? Why don't we have more representation in our art and in our film? I hope we can get there one day. Anyways, it was a good film. All right, I need 2 5x7 card bases, so let me grab those. Nope, that's an A9. Never mind. Okay, there's a 5x7. There's a 5x7. Let's put these cards together. I need to score this one. Now we just get to glue, you guys, and assemble. So yay, we've already done all the hard part. Hello, Dana. How you doing? What am I doing? I'm doing 5. Okay. Whew. Starting to get confused there for a second. Let's do 5. Oh, I forgot we were going to maybe put a couple of pages in these too. Like journal pages. Like these are going to be some different cards. But so fun. Sorry, that was an annoying sound. I know. It annoyed me too. All right, let's do this. 2 5x7 card bases, one off to the side. All of our ephemera. All of our goodies. Now, I did not fussy cut the butterflies or the flowers. But pockets. Getting my pieces together here. Those all go together. Ephemera. Front of the journal, inside of the journal. Where did my other insides go? Oh, right there. And then these are the fronts of, and they're not journal. Well, I don't know what they are. We're making 5x7 cards. Let's just start with that theory, and then we may add pages, or y'all might do that on your own. We'll see. We'll see where the, the morning takes us. So see, you definitely want to trim off, if you're doing it my way, and you're not just making one full piece that you fold and glue down, or that you turn it into your card base, you do definitely need like that nearly 1/8 of an inch separation so that you don't interfere with the fold of your card. Make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. Let me move some stuff out of the way. There we go. Clear a path. Here we go. Construction path. I am like a construction worker of card making and paper crafting. That's how I feel anyways. Love building stuff and making paper crafts. Okay. I'm definitely more of a construction worker than, like, I've always thought that because I've never been into like really coloring images that much. I've never been a colorist. I tried it. I bought the markers. I watched the videos and I didn't enjoy it. So I embraced and figured out that I'm more of a construction worker. I want to build cards. If that makes sense to anybody else. I want to build journals. I think that's why I'm a journal maker too. I want to build things. My mat is obviously dirty because the back of this card is dirty already. Let me wipe that down real quick, because that's not what we want. Clean your space, Bitty Penny. Jeez, woman. Alrighty then. There we go. Yay. I'm not worried about that. We're going to cover it anyways. So let me grab a cover piece. Let's put this one on here. Yes, that'll be so pretty. Oh, Sella, that is awesome that she's been seeing disabled people in represented in Lego sets. Yeah, I mean, you know, oh, I loved one of the themes of this movie was, you know, the fact that this young man, you know, because of his disabilities, have been called derogatory terms and, you know, told that he wasn't going to be able to be somebody's hero. And he ends up being the hero multiple times in this movie. And, you know, it's like, don't let people speak that over your life. If you're facing struggles or challenges, don't even speak it over your own life. I think I have a bully that lives inside of me that speaks that kind of stuff over my, you know, I speak it over myself. It's not what anybody else does to me sometimes. But yeah, like, don't let things that are kind of setting you back hold you back, I guess. And so I loved that theme that was reoccurring in the movie. Oh, you guys, these cards are gonna be so pretty. I just want to make sure. I think that's the right choice to make. And then we're going to couple these ladies with this paper, I think. But before I make permanent decisions like that, I want to just make sure I'm liking it. Yes. Right? Like these go well together. Yes, yes, yes. And these go well together. Ah, so excited. Who's going to make some cards today? I know I have junk journal friends here that don't make cards, but I've been hearing feedback on occasion that they're like, no, I never thought I could be a card maker. I never really got into card making because I didn't want to do all the measuring or buy all the things that card makers buy. But they're like, now that I'm watching you make cards, I think I can do it. I love that. Like, that's the most flattering thing. Yes, you can do it. If you have paper, scissors, and glue, you can do it. And you don't have to be too fussy about measurements and stuff. And you can use your journal kits. They don't have to just be used for journals. I am offsetting these, you guys, because I don't want so many rounded corners. These pockets were designed with rounded corners, and I'm not wanting that. So I offset them. If you're wondering what I'm doing, like, why is she not squaring that up? It's because I want to do this. Hopefully I didn't offset it too much. We'll see. We'll flip it over and find out. It's fine, and it's good. I like it better like that. Let's do this side. These cards would be so pretty with like Prima flowers or flower die cuts, other intricate die cuts, lace, like truly shabby chic. Okay, so obviously this isn't the kind of card where you just write happy birthday on the inside, but there's all these really fun pieces of ephemera that we can tuck in and add. You could add messages to. Plus we did the embossing thing, which this could be an inside. Why don't we do this? Why don't we put this in here? And I might tie it in with string. Here's the thing, you guys. I made a boo-boo. I took my embroidery floss off of my desk. My desk always had 4.3 million things on it. One day I took my embroidery floss off my desk because it's like, I'm going to organize it. I have lost it. I have no idea where it is. And like in this project, I need this. I need the embroidery floss. And it's MIA. And I'm sad about it. And when I find it, it's going right back on my desk. So I'm just up looking for it real quick, like. Did I put it in here? No. I'm looking in logical places and not finding it. Let's see. Shucks. Shucks and shucks. I gotta make a list. Like, well, I just gotta clean my craft room, but I need to make a list of things that's missing. This is a bag of random cut off fabric and things. I thought we could, and it does have like lace in it too. And it's just random things that normal people would throw away. I mean, I hope you wouldn't throw away seam binding. We can use some seam binding. That color is really pretty too. And then I grabbed this lace. So I don't know where my embroidery floss is, but I am kind of liking this, bringing in a pop of color here. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to sew in pages. I'm just going to take this seam binding and wrap it around once, tie it in a knot. Okay. Let's do this twice. I'll use the same color on both journals. So measure once, cut twice. Or if you're making 4 cards, measure once, cut 4 times. Okay. Now, because we're doing it like this, we can come back in and add any pages that we want. I'm just going to put this one embossed page in here now, but we can come back in later and add more. Plus we'll have this pretty little bow and this pretty little seam binding on the outside of the card. Love that. Don't love that it's covering the swan's face. So all I'm going to do is reposition where my bow is by just sliding this. Let me get this out of there. Okay. By sliding this down ever so slightly. I tied it pretty well. Okay, just little by little. We'll get it done. Bam. Now, that's better. See, I didn't want that bow covering the swan's face up at the top. Oh my gosh, Shabby Chic. So pretty. Now, you can go in and add whatever you want there in the center. Well, this has got to be one of the most pretty cards. Too bad Mother's Day is done. I should be making a Father's Day card. I didn't want to say anything while my hubby was still floating around the house, but I need to make him a Father's Day card still, y'all. Our little secret. I gotta get on that. It's this weekend. He doesn't watch my channel, so I don't have to worry about him like finding out. I can tell y'all my little secret here and he'll never know. Okay. Don't cut the card. Don't cut the card. I feel like I'm about to cut the card. Okay. There we go. Just do, you could use a paper trimmer for this. Just trim it down to, 5 by 7. I'm hand cutting it. This piece wasn't the most, it didn't turn out, because it didn't have enough like tension in it. So it didn't turn out like super defined, but I still like it. And someone can still write on it, so that's good. See, you could stamp or write like Happy Mother's Day right there. And then you could write whatever you wanted to tell somebody in this, if you wanted to make it a traditional card. Or you could write a message on a piece of ephemera and let them write in their card. Coffee in bed? Then you have to get up. Y'all are funny. I'm using Sweet Pea Curiosities. That's right. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh man, Marisa knows what she's doing, y'all. She has such a good eye for design. I'm never like, I have the hardest time deciding every month like what I'm gonna work with because I love all of it. So I liked, like, if size was an issue, I would have kept that stuff on there, but I still want to see my swan. I still want to see my boat. I want to see these kind of quad designs that we have going on here, but I wanted to put a focal point because there was like this seam. So I wanted to put a focal point that kind of brings it all together. Now, let's throw some more stuff at this card. Okay, we're gonna make a little bookmark to go with it. Doesn't matter which one. One goes with one card, one goes with the other. Okay, these pieces of ephemera will go with the other card. Just kind of sorting my things out here. This is the bookmark, this is the front of the card. This will tuck in here. Like that. Let's take care of that hole up there. And I can definitely back this with some more paper. You can back all of it with more paper. Book pages, maybe we'll grab a couple of book pages and back a few things. Lady's diary, just a little something. We could add more ephemera in here, obviously. What are we going to do about that situation? We'll get there. We're going to have to do something about the back of the card because that's not working for me. We can use, you know what we can do? We can just use some of our scraps like this. Ooh, we could add a pocket back here. Just a little pocket. Could use like some of this paper, add a little pocket. That would be really cute. Let's do this. This is working for me. Oh, that one's your favorite, Sala. I gave that one away to a friend I hadn't seen in a long time. She's a musician. I won't out her. She's a pretty popular country musician, actually. She went to school with my husband and his brother. They're childhood friends. And she's a world traveler. And you know, that was a travel journal. And she was coming over for dinner one night, and I thought of her. And I always like to give her a journal or something when I see her. She comes to town like once a year. And whoops, I meant to glue this down first. Let's do that before that sticks. Anyways, so I thought of her with that journal, and I thought that belongs to her. That belongs to E because all she does is travel. And her husband has also been in a couple of famous bands, still is. So they both travel. They don't have kids. They're professional musicians. They travel a lot. And I just thought that was her journal. And she loved it. It was so her aesthetic, you know? It was perfect. It was meant to be. And I think when I was making that journal with you guys, I was like, I wonder who this is for. I sometimes feel that way when I'm making something. I'm like, I know this is for somebody. I wonder who and when and for what. That's kind of how these little cards are. I don't know who they're for. I'm not making them specifically with anyone in mind, but one day someone's going to come along and I'm going to think, well, that's who that card belongs to. Are y'all like that? Hi, Miss Linda. How you doing? She loved it so much. It was meant to be hers, and I knew it as soon as I put the two together. And yeah, she loved it so much, and that makes me so happy. It went on to a good, loving home. It'll get to travel the world and record her memories, and that just makes me so happy. So yeah, very cool. Maybe one day. She has a sister. I should make one for her sissy. Oh my gosh, they came over for Thanksgiving one year. Pretty sure it was Thanksgiving. And her sister and my mom did the same thing. We have this really spicy, it's called matooks. I don't know if any of y'all have heard of matooks, but it's a it's actually from Trinidad, but let's put that up here. It's a hot pepper sauce, and my husband puts it on everything, and so do my in-laws, like everything. So we had matooks on the table to go with turkey and everything else, and my mom and her sister put a very large serving, like, okay, doesn't seem like a lot, but they put like a pile of hot sauce like this big. You only need a drop. Oh my gosh, they were so miserable. Their mouths were on fire. We felt horrible. Their faces were turning red. I was like, oh my gosh. I felt so terrible. So terrible. That stuff should come with a warning label. Only use a drop. Let's put a piece of tape down here. Well, I put it on crooked, but that's okay. And then I think we could put a label there if we wanted. I think our first card is not done, but getting close. think our first one is getting close. Yeah, let's do this. Let's use just a little bit of this embossed paper behind. If you ever come to my house for dinner, go sparingly with the hot sauce, y'all. Just a fair warning. It'll light you up. My husband, he said he has memories of his mom just eating until, like, hot food until it, like, could make her cry, like, just hot. And I can't imagine, because she can tolerate more heat than I ever dream of as it is, and shit doesn't even faze her. So I can't even imagine what the level this hot wings ain't got nothing on her. She could do that hot wings show and keep her cool and answer all the questions without a problem. I like spicy food, but I get the hiccups if food's too spicy. My body is like, nope. There we go. One card done. So lovely. Yes, we need to like back that stuff. These, I think, with book pages. But let's move on. I don't know if I'll have time for that. They might not be 100% done, but at least y'all see the concept here, the possibility. And then I can come back later and glue book pages to the back. And I'll need to get a piece of ephemera to tuck in here. And then I could put like Handmade by Betty Penny on this and tuck it in this back pocket or something. If I wanted to, I could do that. Okay, just got glue on it. I'm a mess. Okay, whatever. So that's our first one. I love it. I think it's lovely. It's not complicated, but it makes a gorgeous card. So there's one. Let's do the next one. Don't worry, it won't take that long. All the hard work is done. Okay, we're gonna pick a different, we're gonna do this one with the bird and the roses and the little baby face up there in the corner. That's what we're gonna do on the front of this one. Isn't that lovely? I don't know who's gonna get these one day, but they're gonna have some lovely cards. Let's do the inside real quick, because that's what I have on deck next. It goes like this. Okay. So what's fun about this is you could get the kit and then you can make a journal. You can make cards, you can make bookmark, you can make anything you think of, dream of, and want to with these kits. So many possibilities. Folios, wall hangings, just whatever you want. I think tomorrow I'll have my I'm not going to rush my Godzilla video, y'all, because I want to do it right. And here's why. I've decided to enter my Godzilla cards into my company art competition that they have every year. It's a really cool art competition. We're an art-based company, and it's an art competition for what people make in their own time. Like what I do here is my hobby and my playtime. And so you can enter as a professional or an amateur. They have 2 divisions. You get to enter, they have like 20 different categories of different types of art that you can enter into this competition. They pick the best in show out of all 20 categories, and then they pick the first place for each category. So I think I'm trying to decide if I should enter mixed media for those cards or works on paper. That's always the hardest thing, is deciding which category I'll have the best odds of doing well in. Because mixed media is probably going to be a lot of large canvas work, and it might be hard for my cards to compete with people who are, you know, making big, beautiful paintings. So I've kind of been thinking of entering mine as works on paper. I might have better odds that way. But yeah, I'm going to enter my cards in that competition. I have to have them into the corporate office by June 3rd. And part of it, I'm going to put out a QR code for the video and display with my cards. So I want to get the video right. You know, I don't want to rush it, because I want the video to be a complement to the cards, and they can scan the QR code when they're viewing the cards at the art exhibit, and that can kind of be part of the experience. That's what my brain's cooking up right now anyways. So then the first place winner and the best in show go on to compete with all other companies who do this competition in the DFW Metroplex. And there's sometimes like a lot of companies. And then your stuff goes, if you get selected, your stuff goes on to compete with all the other artists in the area. And then they judge everything. And your stuff gets displayed. You know, you get to be a part of an art exhibit. It's really cool. I competed a few years ago. That's funny. I completed like 13 or 14 years ago with my collage, way before I was ever a card maker. I've always done collage since someone gave me scissors and glue, basically. So I had some really cool collage pieces that I entered one time. I think I've done jewelry in the past. It's just kind of fun. It's a fun thing. I've gotten second place. I've never gotten first place. So, no pressure. No pressure. I have to trim this one a little closer because of the bird. You know, it's not about winning. It's about trying. And it's about putting yourself out there. I always get a little nervous because you have to put, like, they know which employee makes everything. You know, you put your name on it. I'm like, a little nervous. There's like some phenomenal artists in our group, lots of professionals. And so I definitely get in my head about it. Like, obviously, not sure that I'm good enough to be competing with these professionals. So if I do turn in my Godzilla cards, I'm gonna win just because I participated and I got past the feeling of my art not being good enough to be there. That's the way I look at it. Even if I don't place, if I just compete, I'm winning. Because it means I will have gotten past my doubts. I think I'm going to tear this one. Oh yeah, this is like that diploma paper or whatever. It's kind of hard to tear. I like it though. Oh, get some rest, Rhonda. We'll be here if you want to come back and check this out later. You rest well. Don't you ever stay up on my account. Rest is so important. Oh, I like that. How you doing, Cheryl? Good morning. I'm making a couple of Shabby Chic cards. Yakking and yakking. Or not yakking. That would be disgusting. Yapping. Yapping and yapping. Let's not yak. Yeah. Just making some Shabby Chic cards and yapping. Oh, Cheryl, you're too sweet. That's one thing. Even if I didn't place in the show, I'd be like, well, my paper crafting friends, they like me. We get along. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to use this one. Which means I'm gonna kind of have two the same size. Where the other one I had a different size. We can stagger them, but I don't know if I like that. We'll see. I may just grab, I have this one, but I didn't really want to cut it down. I guess I will. Because I do want something bigger. Yeah. This is good. This part didn't emboss real well anyways. So let me trim this down. Hello, Paula Rice. How you doing? Just trim that part off. I'm over here just talking up a storm, crafting too. It is a 5x7, Miss Linda. It sure is. And she's mostly done. Oh boy, don't glue her together. Okay, so I've got a couple of pieces of ephemera that I'm going to throw in each pocket on the inside of this card. Like so. Eventually, these will be like bookmarks. And I'll back this stuff with book paper, but I'm not doing that today because we're going to run out of time. Then I'm going to I'm just putting a couple of embossed pages on the inside. And don't worry, I'm not sewing. I'm just using seam binding to bind them into my pages here. Like so. Tie it in a little knot or a bow. My dog is snoring so loud. I don't know if y'all can hear her. Just like that. And now we're going to do the back of this one too. I don't know if I have more. Let's look at the scraps. See what we're working with here. Ooh, I have these. Cool. Perfect. Yay. So we'll put these on. One is definitely more interesting than the other. That's okay. And then I have this that can be a pocket. Also not the most like decorative piece, but fine. Could also have one of these as a pocket if you wanted. Here, we'll stagger it behind. Make it an interesting little pocket. A little more interesting anyways. Okay, let me glue these pieces down. Real quick like. Did you see where Hobby Lobby is clearancing it? Oh gosh, Paula, I don't need to see that. That needs to, no, I didn't see that. But I did trip over a bunch of stuff when I was coming in my craft room. I saw that. So I'm going to stay away from Hobby Lobby. But thank you. I mean, if I just wasn't already overwhelmed by all the things in my craft room. Wrong piece. I love the heads up though, Paula. Thank you for looking out for me and for all the lovelies here. So y'all, if you're not tripping over things to get inside your craft room, maybe you're not as crazy as me, and that's good. Hobby Lobby is clearancing out a bunch of good stuff for junk journals. That's so good to know. I definitely hope people continue to support Hobby Lobby's card makings and junk journaling supplies, because so many of these stores, like we were talking about it this weekend, like Michael's and Joann's, they've really narrowed down their in-store selection of things, of paper crafting. It's a lot, it's really focused on vinyl at the moment. And so I love that people are going and shopping and supporting it, because then when I do want something, hopefully they'll still be carrying it in the store. Let's do this. This will be an interesting pocket. Okay. Nothing too finicky here. I'm just kind of eyeballing this, making sure not to cut my seam binding. That would be sad. And then I'm going to connect this embossed piece to this patterned paper piece, like so, and it's just going to extend the pocket and strengthen the pocket. Got to make sure, like, this glue oozing out the back isn't going to close our pocket though, so careful with that. And don't worry, we'll put a label, we'll decorate the front pocket, the front of this boring pocket a little bit. Okay. See, no measuring. There we go, and we have a pocket on the back of our card. Let's put another flower. I liked that the last card we put the flower on the back, so let's do that. We're pretty much done here. I mean, don't go away. I'm not that done, but wrapping it up for sure. Made a couple of very lovely cards. We did embossing. I showed you a bunch of Happy Mail at the beginning. So if y'all missed it, you might go back and see the amazing embossing folders I got from Desiree. Holy cow. My world has opened up by tenfold, thanks Des, with those 5.5 by 8.5 folders. I think I like it like that. You could stamp on here. You could add painted papers, more lace, burlap, whatever you want. I'm keeping it simple, sticking to this kit. I do need another piece of ephemera to tuck in here. How about I take this and turn these into ephemera. Like that. I think I like the swan. Let's get another piece. Just cut this right down the middle like that. There we go, the swan and the boats, and then we can put these pieces on the inside. We did it. We made 2 Shabby Chic cards just as I promised. I think I need a shorter piece to go in here because I don't want to cover up our flowers. Just do that. Tuck those in like that. There we go. Now they know there's a pocket back there. And on one of those, I can put handmade by Betty Penny if I want. All right, let's take a look. I think we're done here. Now, if I had more time, but I don't, I would, yeah, it's 7:43. I would back all of those ephemera pieces with book pages. I will do that later on my own time. So let's just, I'm just clearing the path here. Don't mind me, so that we can take a look at these. This kit is awesome. Let me go on and find out what it's called, y'all, because I don't know. Oh, Kim, I know. I'm sorry. Let's see. Okay, good. Y'all are still there. Yay. I'm just going to go over and tell y'all what this one is called. I should have looked it up before, but my therapist said don't should all over yourself. So, you know, I didn't look it up, but I'm looking it up now so I can tell you. I'm like, can I get that in a t-shirt, please? This one's called, it is a tall one. It's Tall Slim Springtime Memories Junk Journal Kit. So that's, and this is from Sweet Pea Curiosities. It comes with lots and lots of papers. It is the tall document style orientation for 8.5 by 11. It's got 3 zip files. It's got 4 tall slim journal pages, 15 backing and extra papers, and then 5 pages of ephemera and elements. So that's what it comes with for those who are curious. Oh, let me just share a link real quick in the chat. Look at me sharing links. I'm usually not that organized. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to do better and get better. There you go. It's not affiliated. I don't make a commission. You're not. It's just to make it easier on you guys. Okay, so here are the 2 cards. I think they're lovely. This is the first one we made with the swan. So pretty. Put the embossed papers. I love the boat scene too. And then it has, so this is a 5 by 7 card with 1 pocket on each side. This is the backing. Everything that I used besides the embossed parchment paper, everything else came from this one kit. So one place. It all came from the kit. And then all these embossing folders came from my friend Desiree. And here's the back pocket. I love that little birdie. Isn't that sweet? All the ephemera. We cut all of this. And then I made a little pocket on the back with our scraps. So there's that one. I'm going to have to make more of these cards. You guys, I'm like with different kits and different themes. Like, I can use this same, and maybe I will, I could use this same format and make a Father's Day card for my hubby, and I could put pictures of him with the kids in each pocket, like him with my son on one side and him with my daughter on the other. That would be really sweet. And then they could draw pictures or write messages to him in the middle. Wouldn't that be sweet? So, like, you know, if you're not a Shabby Chic person, cool, no problem. Just take the idea and apply it to what, like, this could be mermaids, this could be butterflies, this could be Godzilla. It can be anything you want it to be. Just take the general idea and run with it. But yeah, this little sweetie. Super, super sweet. I do want to come back and add like a label there, which, let me just do it now. I know I'm trying to say goodbye. I'm trying to go to work, but I'll just do it now. I'm going to add a piece of Timmy tape. And then I'm going to grab my ephemera holder real quick. I know it has a bunch of labels in it. See all these labels? It's just meant to be. I could have one that says and write something in it. I have sentiments, random kind of labels. I could put like, I don't want to put one that's has a sentiment or a theme to it really, because I don't know what I'm going to do with these cards. I don't know who they're for or when. So I'm going to put a random, more of like a random piece to just make it more decorative. So I'll just use like numbers. I'll use some of these. These are really pretty too. I think these would go really well. These are from Dreams, Etc. actually. But I like the colors. So let's grab a few of these too. I love me some Dreams, Etc. I need to play with some more of Jen's digitals too. Oh yeah, and we can put these little honeys in there. Okay, we're not done yet. Where are you going? I know we all have to go to work and stuff, but hold on. We're not done yet. Just a little bit more. I can't help it. Once I think it, I want to do it. I want to make it happen. Okay, there. That makes that pocket a lot more interesting, which makes me a lot more happy. And these little pockets and these back pieces were just solely scraps. That's all it was. Just scraps. There we go. That's cool. I like that. Now let's do this one. She definitely needs some decoration. A lot of these are in French. I have no idea what they're saying. Ooh, but I like the color, and it brings in that seam binding, so we'll do that. And then I'm going to stamp off these adorable little cherubs. The one that's painting the heart. And we'll just make a piece of ephemera for each one of these cards with it. Okay, so those go with that. These go over here. Yeah, I need to get busy. Maybe on Friday we'll make the Father's Day card. Maybe I'll make it sooner. But I need to do that for sure. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this so you could grab your stamps. Oh yeah, and let's use, I put it off to the side, this authentique paper. You can stamp on it. I just need to find some that's got a side that's like this one, more conducive for stamping. This one would also work. Oh, that's really pretty. All right. Love these paper pads. Thank you, Christina. It's so awesome. It went perfect with my project today. Both pieces of Happy Mail. Yeah, I think, let's just see what it looks like. We'll stamp on these sides because both of them would fit theme-wise in these cards. Good golly, y'all. I do not know where my VersaFine went the other day when we were crafting together. I lost it. Hey, So Much Glitter, how you doing? Hey, Jessie. Good morning. We're almost done here. I'm so sorry. But you actually caught us because I couldn't help but use a couple more things. So you'll have to go back and watch. We used printables from Sweet Pea Curiosities and made 2 really cool 5x7 cards. Just deciding where I want this. I used Happy Mail from Friends, so I showed you guys some Happy Mail. And then start to finish, we made 2 Shabby Chic 5x7 cards. Oh yeah, that worked out just fine. And then I decided to add a couple more details right before I was gonna go. But I hope you guys are doing well. Glad you're here. I don't care. You're never late because I don't schedule these things. So you can't be late. I'm just glad y'all are here. So there, we just kind of have like another fun little piece of ephemera. That back border is not gonna stay. Take that off. There we go. So put that in one of them, and then let's just use this other one, shall we? I'll put this back with that paper pad. Let's do it again. I need another shelf for my rubber stamps. My collection is growing again. I had given all my woodblock stamps away to my sister-in-law when she started card making. Uh-oh, it moved. Uh-oh. Okay, well. Yeah, she's a little blurry, but I'm gonna leave it. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Not gonna stress about it. I can tell you that. If it was much more blurry, I would just start over, but I think I can live with it. At least for now. For the end of a live stream, I can definitely live with it. Okay, so now we can add this back. Add one to each. I think the back pockets only had 1 piece of ephemera, so let's tuck those in there. And this one has 2. Okay, well, this one had more ephemera. We'll tuck those little angels right in there. See, blurriness isn't that bad. There we are. We made 2 cards. It was a whole lot of fun. I had a whole lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun. Hi, my crafty adventures. How you doing? 38 church Father's Day cards. Wow, Jessie. The last 3 she finished at 1 a.m. when she let the puppy out. That's hilarious. That's so funny. All right, you guys. Well, that's what I've got for you today. I'll be back on Friday. We need to make some Father's Day cards. I might use the same idea, but just a completely different kit because this isn't the vibe for Father's Day. But yeah, I might find some really cool kit to work with, and we'll do something similar. We'll make my hubby a Father's Day card, and yeah, because it needs to be done. And then that I need to print up some pictures because he likes it when his cards have like pictures and stuff, like family pictures. So I need to print up some pictures of my kids and I'll put those in the pockets. So that'll probably be the design I'll do. We'll see. We'll see if that's what I do on Friday. It's a mystery. I don't know what I'm going to do on Friday. Y'all don't know what I'm going to do on Friday. You'll have to come back and find out. But I always love hanging out with you guys. You guys are the absolute best. Love you so much. I hope you have a super awesome day, and I'll see you later. Bye.